we get into the fan favorite portion of the show where we do This Week in History, trivia style. That's all it is. It's 7 questions about the previous week in history. We talk about it. I do not know the answers to the questions. The goal is always to go 7 for 7. That's the goal. Can we do it? Let's find out together. Roger, is he here? I didn't see him pop in. I just see you. Some people don't like to pop in until it's time to answer questions, so we'll find out. No, on my dashboard, it looks like it's just you. Hey, that's good. Your chances of winning. Oh, and Mother's playing on the Talks of the Tick, so we'll see you over there. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. On March 10th, 1876, who made the first successful telephone call saying, and I quote, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you"? It was March the 10th, it was 1876. Less than 200 years ago. March 10th, 1876. Who famously said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," over a telephone. Another thing I do enjoy about the Talks of the Tick, no delay. Sherlock Holmes is Mother's answer. Remember, I will give you I will give you multiple choice options. Alexander Graham Bell is what Mr. Taney is going with. Here are your multiple choice options. Was it A, Thomas Edison, B, Alexander Graham Bell, C, Nikola Tesla, or D, Guglielmo Marconi? Who famously said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," on the telephone? Mr. Taney's going with Alexander Graham Bell. Mother is just laughing for whatever reason. Maybe it was his guess. I don't know. I also believe it was Alexander Graham Bell. Now, I'm sure Thomas Edison later steals the patent from him because he was ruthless, son. Ruthless, you heard? But I think we all believe it was Mr. Bell who said, "Watson, come here, I want to see you." On March 12th, 1930, which leader began the 24-day Salt March to protest British salt taxes, and this is the important part, in India? March 12th, 1930, what leader began the 24-day Salt March to protest British salt taxes in India? I'll tell you what this dude didn't do. He didn't dress up like a bunch of Native Americans, sneak onto the ships and dump the salt into the ocean. He didn't do that. Mr. Taney pops in with Gindi. He pops in with Gindi, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and when I give the multiple choices that you can choose from, it would fall in line. Was it Subhas Chandra Bose? Was it Jawaharlal Nehru? Was it Mahatma Gandhi? Or was it a really long name that ends in Patel? I have didn't eat much either. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi of the rice fame is also my answer, Mahatma Gandhi. But Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was option D. I really would like to meet the Patel. Like somewhere in the lineage, give me a time machine and let me go back to the first Patel, and let me just sit down with him and tell him, "Dude, you did great. Your lineage nailed it. They own everything. Great job, great grandfather Patel. Good job." My answer, Mahatma Gandhi. I don't have an answer from Mother. I do have an answer from James. We agree, Mahatma Gandhi. We'll find out if we're right in just a few more questions. Question number 3. On March 14th, 44 BC, what Roman leader was assassinated on the Ides of March? What Roman leader was assassinated on the Ides of March? I don't know how that translated to this camera. Your options are Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, Marcus Aurelius, or Nero. Those are your options. March 15th, 44 BC. Who got done did? Who got on the steps of the Senate? A2 Brute is famously attributed to one of many assassins. Don't forget, they all got a little they all got a little in, you know. But famously, Brutus got the first one. And Mr. Taney answers with Julius Caesar. I agree with him, Julius Caesar. Mother has tapped out. I'm not getting any responses from Mother. And I'm not getting any responses from the other viewers. That's okay. I am here to entertain. Question number 4. Crap. Was it Augustus? No, it's Julius. First answer. First answer's only answer. Blackjack, no trade back. Question number 4. On March 16th, 1968, the My Lai massacre occurred during what conflict? So, I mean, if you know what conflict was going on in 1968, you probably know the answer to this question. It was the My Lai massacre or My Lai massacre. It could be either or, I guess. Was it the Korean War? Was it the Vietnam War? Was it World War II? Or was it the Gulf War? If it was the Gulf War, it would be the, no thank you. Let me turn that off. No thank you. If it was the Gulf War, it would be the prequel. The 1968 Gulf War would have to have been the prequel. Mr. Taney responds with Vietnam. I get nothing from the talks of the ticks. Oh, you're driving. If you're driving, how are you watching on TikTok? Is your number one passenger in the passenger seat? She can answer for you. In the buttocks. Yes, he got shot in the buttocks. Something jumped up and bit me. Question number 4. Where did the My Lai massacre take place in 1968? Was it the Korean War, the Vietnam War, World War II, or the Gulf War? The answer, I agree, Mr. Taney, and most of you, Vietnam. I'm feeling pretty good. Right now, I'm feeling 4 for 4, trying to go 7 for 7. Question number 5. On March 10th, 1959, a rebellion erupted in what region leading to the Tibetan uprising? Hi, Simeon. Hi. I see you. I hope you're not driving. Again, the question number 5. March 10th, 1959, a rebellion erupted in which region leading to the Tibetan uprising? Was it A, Xinjiang? Was it B, Tibet? C, Hong Kong? Or D, Taiwan? Mr. Taney answers with Nepal, not an option. Xinjiang is an option. Tibet is an option. Hong Kong and Taiwan are your other remaining options. Where did the Tibetan uprising begin? In what region? March 10th, 1959. Sorry, if you want the jokes, he says the first one, Jiaxing. I think the Tibetan uprising started, and call me crazy, call me crazy, but I think it started in Tibet. So my answer, I'm going to go with answer B. No, I told you, blackjack, no trade back. You already answered. You already answered Nepal, which wasn't the answer. Then you answered first one, Xinjiang, and now you're trying to go with Tibet. Stop it. There is no money awarded for successfully getting all 7 for 7. It's just something we want to do. So if you feel like that was your committed answer, you do you, boo. Here we go. Question number 6 on March 10th. A lot of March 10ths. Why March 10th? March 16th, March 15th, March 12th. Okay, but there was a lot of March 10ths. March 10th, 1945. The most destructive bombing raid in history hit what city? This is a challenging one. It is March 10th, 1945. So we know what war we're in. We know where we're fighting. It is claimed to be the most destructive bombing raid in history. Hit what city? Now, you may be thinking about something that's going to happen in August of this year. You may think that was the most destructive bombing raid in history, but it wasn't. We were killing a whole lot of people. Mr. Taney pops in with Dresden before getting his multiple choice answers. That is one of the multiple choices. But we were killing a whole bunch of people with traditional bombs before August of 1945. Your options are Dresden, which Mr. Taney believes it is, Tokyo, London, or Berlin. March 10th, 1945, the most destructive bombing raid in history hit what city? Was it Dresden? And we really bombed Dresden bad. Was it Tokyo? Also bombed quite destructively. Was it London, who took a beating, but never like a real, they took a beating, but they kept their chin up, yes. Or was it Berlin? Also, we bombed the heck out of Berlin. My choice, I'm narrowing it down between, it's either Dresden or Tokyo. And early that year, we dropped a whole bunch of bombs. But I believe because Dresden, although we firebombed it, those were concrete buildings, and Tokyo was a bunch of paper huts. And when we bombed Tokyo, that thing went up like a fire. Like it went. Just to be different, Mr. Taney is set on Dresden, and I am going to go with Tokyo. This could be what separates us when it comes to 7 for 7. Finally, question number 7, and I kick the stand again. Question number 7. On March 10th, 1968, who pleaded guilty to the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr.? I often say it's one of those things. Either you know it or you don't know it. If you know it instantly. And if you don't know it, you're just not going to know it. It's a 50-50 on, yeah, we'll find out. So March 10th, 1969, who pleaded guilty to the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr.? You get extra points if you can answer the question without the multiple choices. Points are arbitrary. I don't really care. Here are your multiple choices. Was it Lee Harvey Oswald? Was it Jesse James Martin? That is not an option on the list, but he has a great joke. And no, that's not Jesse James's joke. But Jesse James Martin is a 3-word person. Here are your actual options. Don't let me get it twisted. Was it Lee Harvey Oswald? Was it James Earl Ray? Was it Sirhan Sirhan? Or was it Mark David Chapman? Those are your possible answers. Louis Farrakhan, not one of the answers. James Earl Ray is what Mother says. And again, here are your options. Lee Harvey Oswald, James Earl Ray, Sirhan Sirhan, or Mark David Chapman. African, all right, I got the font is, oh, look at that. African National Bullcrap. It was set up to just like Malcolm X. All right. He's sleepy. He's sleepy and argumentative. All right, here we go. The answer, you either know it or you don't know it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you who they did kill. Lee Harvey Oswald killed killed President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. James Earl Ray killed Martin Luther King Jr. Sirhan killed Bobby Kennedy, Jack's brother and Robert Kennedy's father. And Mark David Chapman, anybody remember who he killed? That's right, Yoko Ono's husband. That's how that goes. All right, so those are our 7 questions for this week. Let's find out how we did. Question number 1, the answer was, in fact, Alexander Graham Bell. Question number 2 was Mahatma Gandhi. Question number 3 was Julius Caesar. Feeling good right now. Question number 4 was the Vietnam War. Question number 5, the Tibet Revolution started in Tibet. Never. Number 1, never start a land war in Asia. And number 2, never bet against the Sicilian when death is on the line. Sorry. Vietnam War, Tibet, Tokyo was the correct answer, not Dresden. Oh, James, you didn't do well. No, you did. I mean, you answered all the easy ones. And finally, James Earl Ray. Hey, 7 for 7. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way to start a Sunday, man. A little laughs, a little entertainment. 7 for 7. I'm ecstatic. Did you go 7 for 7? Did you go 7 for 7? I went 7 for 7. You have to be mean. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the supplemental. It's what we do. We do it every Sunday. We have a good time. Thanks for joining us. For those of you on the Talks of the Tick that popped in and stuck around, thanks. And those of you on the Facebooks now or in the future when I post this up, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing along. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you could be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Check Bruce Sends Her Love. New episode of The Lunsby Show coming soon. Stay safe, everybody.